You are still hugging women the way most men do, and it is costing you something you do not even realize. Because every single time you embrace her, she is reading a message about you that shapes how safe she feels, how connected she feels, and whether she actually wants more from you. Most men have been taught that a hug is just a hug. It is a greeting. It is casual. It is nothing to think about. But the neuroscience tells a completely different story. When a woman is held by a man, her entire nervous system sends signals. Her brain is checking for safety. Her body is reading intention. Her heart is checking for presence. And within those few seconds of contact, she is making determinations about you that will stay with her long after that moment ends. Think about your last hug with a woman. I want you to be honest with yourself. Did it feel like something shifted? Or did it feel like you were going through emotion? Because she felt the difference between those two states. She could feel whether you were truly there or whether you were just completing a social requirement. Research in neurobiology shows that human touch triggers oxytocin release. This is the bonding hormone. It is what makes people feel connected, safe, and drawn to each other. But here is what most men do not understand. Oxytocin only releases when the touch comes from genuine presence. When a woman feels you are truly seeing her, truly present with her, truly choosing her in that moment, her system floods with this hormone. When she feels you are distracted, performing, or disconnected, her system registers danger even though the hug is happening. Your intention travels through your hands. She reads it every single time. Most men will never understand why some women pull back and some women lean in. They wonder why some connections feel electric and others feel like touching a wall. They spend their entire lives thinking the difference is about looks or confidence or luck. But the difference is in that hug. The difference is in whether you know what you are actually communicating with your body, your pressure, your presence, and your intention. A man in his early 50s once sat across from me at a dinner party. He was talking about a woman he had met weeks before. He said he held her when they said goodbye, and he felt something shift. He said her whole energy changed in that embrace. She leaned into him. Her hand held longer. Her breath changed. Within minutes, she was texting him things she had not even hinted at before. He asked me what happened. I told him exactly what I am telling you. That hug was not casual. That hug communicated something that no words had said. That hug told her that he was present, that he was grounded, and that he was genuinely choosing her. Psychologists call this embodied communication. It means your body is speaking louder than your words ever could. When you hold a woman with full presence, you are communicating safety. You are telling her nervous system that you are grounded enough to hold her safely, that you are not needy, not performing, not seeking anything from her except the simple act of being close. This makes her feel chosen. This makes her feel seen. This makes her want to be closer to you. The first signal is what I call the shoulder anchor. Most men hug from the waist. They pull her close and their hands stay low. This is what you might call a safe hug. It is not sexual. It is not threatening. But it is also not communicating anything powerful. When you hug a woman you are genuinely interested in, your hand should move to her mid-back, just below her shoulder blades. Your forearm should support her in a way that she feels held, not grabbed. The pressure should be firm enough that she feels your presence, but gentle enough that she never feels trapped. When you do this, you are communicating that you are steady. You are communicating that you have presence and intention. But here's the part that most men miss entirely. As you hold her there, you need to be completely still. Not stiff, still. There is a difference. Your body needs to be calm. Your breathing needs to be steady. Your mind needs to be present. For 3 to 5 seconds, you are not checking your phone. You are not thinking about what comes next. You are not wondering if this is going to lead somewhere. You are simply there. You are present. You are present with her. When a woman feels a man who is truly present, something shifts in her. She feels like she has found something rare. Most men are so inside their own heads that a woman who finds a man who is actually present feels like she has found gold. A woman in her early 30s once told me something that changed how I understood this completely. She was describing a moment with a man she knew. She said he held her in a certain way and she knew immediately that he was different. She said it was not about the strength. It was not about how tight he held her. It was that she could feel his attention. She could feel his focus. She said it was like the entire world stopped and she was the only thing that mattered in that moment. That is what presence in a hug communicates. That is the signal that triggers something deep in a woman. The second signal is what I call the timing break. This is where most men completely miss the opportunity. After you have held her with that presence for those 3 to 5 seconds, you do not immediately let go. Most men hold for 2 seconds and pull away as if the moment is uncomfortable. This signals that you are nervous, that you are uncertain, that you are not actually comfortable being close to her. Instead, after that initial presence, you hold for just slightly longer. You let the moment breathe. You let her feel the weight of what you are communicating. Then, instead of just releasing and stepping back, you shift your embrace very slightly. You relax your arms just a tiny bit. This relaxation is a signal. It says that you are secure enough to let her go, but you are not eager to. It says that you chose this moment and you are content in it. During this timing break, she is reading everything. Is he anxious to leave? Is he comfortable here? Is he thinking about something else? Is he actually present with me? Or is he checking his phone mentally? Your body answers all of these questions without you saying a word. When you extend that moment just slightly, when you make it clear that you are not rushing, you are telling her that being close to her is something you are choosing to do. This makes her feel desired. Not desired in a sexual way necessarily. Desired in the way that matters most. Chosen, prioritized, worth staying in the moment for. The third signal is what I call the release gradient. Most men either hug tight or they do not hug at all. There is no in between. But a woman's nervous system is exquisitely sensitive to gradients, to transitions, to the tiny shifts in how you move. When you release her from that embrace, do it slowly. Your hands should gradually loosen their pressure over the course of a full second, not dropped suddenly, gradually relaxed. This is a signal that you were genuinely comfortable being close to her and that you are not startled or eager to escape. When you pull away suddenly, it tells her that you were uncomfortable. When you hold too long, it tells her that you are not confident in how you were perceived. When you release gradually, you tell her that you were present, you were comfortable, and you are secure in what just happened. As your hands release their pressure, they should stay in contact for just a fraction of a second longer than the main embrace. Your fingertips should be the last thing to lose contact. This is a detail that almost no man knows about, but every woman feels. It creates a sense of completion. It tells her that this was not accidental, that you chose every single aspect of this moment. When your hands move away and you step back, maintain eye contact for just a single second longer than feels natural. Not uncomfortable, not staring, just a moment longer. This says that you were actually present and that you are not avoiding her gaze as you move away. A woman in her late 40s shared something in a group setting once that stuck with me. She was describing the difference between how different men held her. She said most men hugged like they were checking off a social obligation. She said it felt like being hugged by a ghost. But then she described being held by a man who understood the signals we are talking about right now. She said the moment he pulled her close, her entire nervous system knew that he was different. She said it was not aggressive, it was not presumptuous, it was just completely present. She said from that moment on, she could not stop thinking about him. I asked her what changed. She said that hug told her something that his words had not said yet. It told her that he was capable of presence, that he was capable of being truly with another person, that he was not distracted or scattered or performing. The fourth signal is what I call the re-engagement. This is the moment right after the hug ends. Most men step back and disappear. They look away. They create distance. They act like something embarrassing just happened. But when you understand the signal system, you do something completely different. After you release, you maintain your presence. You do not immediately turn your attention elsewhere. You stay present with her for just a moment longer. This means your facial expression does not change dramatically. You do not suddenly become professional or neutral. You maintain the warmth that you brought into the embrace. Your eyes stay engaged. If you are going to speak, your voice maintains the same tone and intimacy that the hug created. This tells her that the moment was genuine, that it was not an accident, that it meant something to you as well. Research in attachment psychology shows that the transition moment is almost more important than the embrace itself. Women are exquisitely sensitive to the moment right after physical contact ends. They are checking one thing above all else. Is this man comfortable enough with closeness to maintain presence, or is he retreating into discomfort? When you maintain warmth and presence right after a hug, you are communicating that you are secure in closeness, that being near her does not destabilize you, that physical affection is normal and natural for you, that you do not need to hide or become small or pretend it did not happen. This is the man that women are drawn to. This is the man they trust. This is the man they come back to. But I want to be very clear about something. This entire system only works if your intention is genuinely good. This is not a trick. This is not a manipulation technique. This is an understanding of the signals that real human connection sends. A woman can sense the difference between genuine presence and performance. She can feel whether you are actually present with her or whether you are performing a technique. If you are using these signals as a way to get something from her, as a way to make her feel something she does not naturally feel, she will know immediately. Women are reading the truth of your intention constantly. They can feel when a man is trying to work them versus when a man is simply being present with them. None of this works without genuine care for the person in front of you. If you are thinking about your technique while you are holding her, she feels that. If you are wondering whether she likes you while you are embracing her, she feels that. If you're trying to manufacture an emotion or a response, she absolutely knows. The most magnetic men in the world are the men who are not trying to be anything other than present. They are the men who are comfortable enough with themselves that they can actually focus on another person. They are the men who bring genuine care into a moment and allow that care to be expressed through their presence. The depth of the signal that a good hug communicates is almost unlimited. When you understand presence, when you understand how a woman reads physical contact, you understand something that goes far beyond a simple embrace. You understand that every moment of contact is a conversation. Every moment of closeness is a statement about who you are and what you are capable of offering. When you bring full presence into a hug, you are telling her that you are capable of being fully present with her in other moments as well. You are communicating that you are not distracted, not scattered, not performing. You are telling her that being close to you is safe, that being vulnerable with you is possible, that being chosen by you is something worth wanting. Most men will go through their entire lives never understanding this. They will never realize that something as simple as how they hold another person is sending profound signals about who they are. They will never connect the dots between their physical presence and the responses they get from women. But you are here now. You are learning this. You are understanding something that most men in your position will never grasp. When you apply this to your life, when you bring real presence into the moments when you hold a woman, something shifts. She shifts. The connection deepens. What felt possible before feels more real. What felt distant feels closer. The architecture of a good hug communicates more than words ever could. It communicates respect. It communicates presence. It communicates choice. It communicates that you are grounded enough to be genuinely close to another person. And when a woman feels that from you, when she reads that signal clearly, something awakens in her. Not something that was not there before, something that was waiting for the signal that it was safe to emerge. When you truly understand how to hold a woman with presence, you understand the language that her nervous system speaks. You understand the signals that make her feel chosen, feel safe, and feel genuinely connected to you. The most important thing to remember is that none of this is about technique in the way that most people think of technique. It is not about a specific hand position or a specific amount of pressure or a specific duration. It is about understanding that your body is speaking. It is about bringing consciousness to something that most people do unconsciously. It is about recognizing that how you hold someone, how long you hold them, and how you release them are all forms of communication. They are all part of a conversation that happens without words. When you bring this understanding into your interactions with women, something remarkable happens. The quality of your presence improves. The depth of connection increases. What felt awkward becomes natural. What felt uncertain becomes grounded. The hug becomes not a moment of nervousness or performance, but a genuine moment of connection. And from that moment of real connection, everything else follows. The conversations become deeper. The attraction becomes more real. The possibility of something meaningful becomes more tangible. You are becoming the kind of man who understands what most men never learn. You are becoming the kind of man who is conscious of his presence. You are becoming the kind of man who can communicate through his body what most men can only stumble through with words. And that makes all the difference. This is what real connection looks like. Not tricks, not manipulation, just understanding, just presence, just genuine care expressed through your full engagement in a single moment. Comment the word genuine below if this connected with you. And what is coming next takes this understanding even deeper into the signals she is sending constantly. The moment she realizes you are different from every other man she has met.